Moving right along into section number 7. This is all about caring for children. This is going to be the section where you add in dates or date ranges where you could not work or were unable to perform self-employed work because your children were out of childcare, whether it's school or playgroup, whatever, a babysitter, whatever your child form of childcare is for your child, and that could not be provided, so you were unable to work because you had to provide that childcare. We can get back a refund for those days. Again, it's broken up into two sections. One is going to be the April 1st, 2020 to March 31st, 2021 date range. And then the second one is going to be April 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2021. There you can get a maximum of up to 60 days. Here you can get a maximum up to 50 days. Note the child must generally be under 18 for this to be applicable to. So here it's going to ask you, did you have children and were you unable to work? If it's no, skip it, move on to the last section. If it's yes, then let's answer it. So again, April 1st, 2020 to March 31st, we're going to be dealing with that date range. Let's start. Most schools started shutting down at the beginning of April. If you need to look back, you can go back and look at your emails from the school or look at the city that you're in and see when those dates were that they first shut down, the public schools or private schools, whatever you're in. And you'll put in that first date. And then you will enter the next date. I think in my specific scenario, our kids were out in 2020 until I believe it was around July 1st. I think we were able to send them to camp, so I'll submit that for review. Are weekends included? If you work, then yes. If no, then no. And I'm not going to add any more dates because I have a decent amount of time already listed there. And then I'm going to explain why. Schools were shut down, kids at home, therefore I couldn't work. You should. It's important to note that you should have some evidence to back this up should you ever need. You don't need to provide the evidence upon submission, but for your records, keep some evidence of this, whether it's a email from the school, whether it's just the general city that you're in, public school guidelines, whatever it is, just keep record of that. Moving along, we'll jump into the second section, the second date range, which is going to be April 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2021. If we did have days there, I'll just use my example. For example, I did not have days in that time frame of 2021 where my kids couldn't work, where I couldn't work because my kids were out of school, they were in school. However, there were a few times where kids did contract COVID and they missed, 7 a week plus of school, and I had to stay home and watch them, and I couldn't really work. So I can add those dates if that was the case. So let's say it was, in this case, right, we're looking at, 2021, and we're after April 1st. So I think, let's say it happened in July that they got COVID, they were home from camp. I can say July 5th, submit for review, and they were home for, let's say, I'll go back to 2021. Let's say they were home for a week. And I'll click submit review. You decide whether weekends were included or not based upon your work schedule. Add additional days if there were specific days in which, somebody got sick. You can always add another day, say September 7th. You can add that. And then just explain why. My children contracted COVID and I had to stay home and take care of them. Couldn't work. And you could use better grammar than me if you'd like. And then we'll submit that for review. And we've just completed section 7, which is all about childcare.